how lifting more weight can make you less gains. This is Strubulation from Gainesville. Seriously though, how lifting more weight can make you less gains. How can that happen? Look, let's say you go from a 250-pound deadlift and then you make it to 300 pounds in the deadlift, right? Is it possible that that shift and increase in weight can actually make you less gains? Can actually make you smaller and weaker? It's possible, believe it or not. And no, it's not fully clickbait. It's a tiny bit of clickbait. But in the long term, it's not clickbait. What am I talking about, right? If you deadlift 250 pounds, right? Chest up, back straight, hips nice and low, everything tight, boom, and you pull it off the ground, you get it, right? And then you go for the 300, and your back is bent over, your shoulders are all internally rotated, your chest is low, not out, and you're just not tight, and then you injure yourself. Yeah? Well, let's say there's two people, one of them doing 250 with good form, one of them doing 300 with bad form. In 1 week, when the guy with 250 doing 250, when he's still able, and the guy with 300, when he's injured himself, yeah, they both do it. One injured, 300 guy injured himself, 250 doesn't injure himself. In 1 week, who's going to be stronger? The guy who did 250. Why? Because the guy who did 300 can't even deadlift. So he's obviously not very strong. Do you see, guys, what I'm getting at here? Yes, the guy who did 300 used more force, okay? In order for the weight to get from the ground to his, to his lockout like that, he had to use more force. So yes, he was using more muscle. But because his form was off and he injured himself, he eventually, in the long term, became weaker than the guy who's doing 250. I hope you guys understand what I'm getting at. Now, it may not happen to you in a week. It may not happen to you straight away. It may not even happen to you in a year or even 5 years. But it will happen to you if you keep lifting with bad form, whether it's bent back, whether it's knees caving in on the squat, bent back on the deadlift, elbows flaring on the bench press. Whatever it is going to come back and haunt you. So tell me what's better. Doing very small increases in weight with good form and not lying to yourself, because we all lie to ourselves. Can we just be honest here? All right, I've done it, you've done it. We've all gone to the gym, lifted more weight, and just looked at ourselves and told ourselves, what the hell are you doing? Your form is atrocious. And I was doing it, okay? I was doing it. I was lifting like 70 pounds more on the squat than I am now. My back was not bent, but it was all like forward, very downright instead of upright. Chest was not out or high. Chest was low, and butt was all sticking out. That's not how you do it. And again, scientifically, yes, you are using more muscle, because you have to understand, some people, these bodybuilders and bro scientists, they say, oh, you're just using your joints. No, that's not the problem, okay? There's no such thing as using joints versus using muscle. No, when you're lifting a weight, you're using your muscles, okay? That's where the force comes from. The force has to come from somewhere. This is physics, okay? In order for the bar to come off the floor or for the bar to go off your chest, you have to use a force. However, if you're not using that force with the correct range of motion, the correct form, not range of motion, the correct form, then in the long term, as I say, you're going to snap something and you're not going to be able to lift anything, and you're going to be smaller and weaker. So it's not really clickbait, this title. It's completely true. Very true, okay? So let's get that form right. Don't lie to yourself. Get your mind right. Get your grind right, as Ice Cube said. So there you go, guys.